Welcome back to Sports Chat with Greg and Bryan. And Greg,
Bryan.
the NBA Finals took a weird turn.
Bryan, I wasn't watching the games, unfortunately, because they play at
5 o'clock.
yeah, but some of us still work. I know.
Why would that stop?
It doesn't stop me during the NCAA tournament,
Right. I mean,
but there's no boss button on that.
well, you are the boss.
Not really.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, it took a weird turn because we're gonna find out, right, Ryan, why it took a weird turn.
Kinda. Yeah.
I don't want to blow the bubble. So
No,
anyway,
don't. But hey, if you like the video, please click the like button. It's down there. Right down there. Down there. Down there. I don't know. It's down there somewhere.
it's at the bottom of the screen.
And then subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that. If you like what we're doing, you like what we're talking about, and you want to be notified when we get a new video, subscribe. Appreciate that.
And Bryan, we're going to get into some NBA finals.
Yes, we are. Because, and I'm not trying to prove anything. So just right now, well, I guess I kind of am. I'm trying to figure out why. Right? That's the key here, is to try and figure out why. Because I figured the Knicks were going to win last night. That was they're at home. They've got, the entire city of New York behind them.
If you kind of take a look at what we had talked about in the beginning about, we both thought the Knicks were going to win.
Yes.
And I think you said it was going to be 5 games.
Yeah.
And I said it was probably going to be 6 games.
Mm-hmm. I'm still on pace.
We're both still on pace. It's just a different route.
Yeah.
I thought at this point it would be 2-1.
Oh, okay.
I thought the Knicks would win one at San Antonio, lose one at San Antonio. I thought they'd lose their first, win the second, and win. So I'm still where I thought I would be. It's just a completely different route. Right. I don't know if any NBA final, which is interesting, you should look up, where the home team has lost every game.
I don't know. It happened in a World Series a little while back, where the home team lost. I know, but I'm just saying it does happen in sports.
It happens in hockey.
So,
home ice advantage isn't as big as they think it is. Hot goalie is as big as they think it is.
Okay.
But I don't think it's ever happened.
Oh,
I could look it up, but we'll just go with.
So 2 games to 1,
which is where we probably thought it was going to be.
Yeah, more or less. I would rather have it be 3-0 at this point, and then.
Well, then you wouldn't have hit your goal of 5, right?
Well, yes, I would, because then the Spurs win one more.
You said game 5. Oh, okay. You think the Spurs will win game 4,
right? And then they go back to San Antonio, and the Knicks win, and that's the end.
So this is what I think happened. I didn't watch the game. I think the score was pretty close.
It waffled around.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going back and forth between the Angel game and this game and a bunch of other different things.
I didn't see the very first. I didn't see any of it, but my opinion, my thought pattern would be the Knicks came out and were like, "We're showing up."
No, it was almost exactly the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I think maybe 5 or 6 minutes into the game, the score was like San Antonio had 22 and the Knicks had 10. They could
That's my point.
Not score.
That's my point. They showed up. They didn't play.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just walked in.
They had and by the way, they almost lost game 2.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, the guy had a shot to win the game, and I think he was fouled.
Well,
I mean, the Knicks seemed to be struggling the last part of the fourth quarter and obviously the first part of this quarter. So I'm wondering if San Antonio's figured something out on them.
I don't know. We'll find out.
We're going to find out.
Okay. So the next part about this, so these are the scores. And
oh my God.
I think because this came up and I was watching the game last night. And I was just as frustrated as the coach from New York that they're going, wait a second. You mean to tell me that the San Antonio Spurs don't foul us? In the second half of last night's game, San Antonio got 24 free throw attempts. The Knicks got 8. Are you kidding me?
I
Every single time that they go down the floor, there's a foul.
This is a 4-point ball game, right?
Mhm.
And you're giving 10 extra
Free throws. Yep.
And probably even more fouls because it takes time to get to free throws for fouls,
Yes.
right?
So it's just kind of like it's just a little bit, and I know that there's no big conspiracy or anything else like that.
No.
It just kind of, I just find it funny or interesting, let's say, that there'd be such a discrepancy.
I mean, game 1 was even worse than
Yeah.
game 3. And what this does is it also takes, so what you don't, there's things that don't, people just look at the shots, right?
Right.
It also puts the person in foul trouble. Like if you get your third foul in the second quarter halfway through, you're out the rest of that quarter.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. You're not coming in.
You get your fifth foul or your fourth foul early in the third and your fifth foul, early in the fourth. You're out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And there have been changes where they could have called a foul on either person. And it's amazing who the foul typically goes on.
Oh, it's the defensive player always.
No, I'm not talking about that. 2 players from the same team foul a guy.
Right.
And I won't even use his name. The player that is more popular.
Okay.
Or maybe the bench player, the number 7 player. The number 7 player is going to get the foul.
Yeah.
Because the fans came to see the number 1 player, right?
Jordan never fouled out of a game. I don't know. He might have fouled out once or twice.
I'm sure he did. But, you're talking about the premier players. If there's an opportunity to give a foul to somebody else,
they give it to
because they could give it to somebody else, they're going to give it to the other person rather than the
Mm-hmm.
premier.
Because a foul is a foul.
Back to the foul situation. Not only does it keep a person out of foul trouble, also you're talking about not getting and ones,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It would be interesting to see the free throw percentage of the Knicks compared to the number of free throws they shot compared to, it said they made 18 of 22?
Right.
Oh, well, that's a very high percentage.
Right. But
I mean, it's
75%.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good percentage for NBA players.
But the interesting thing is, though, that San Antonio just on the free throw line scored 7 more points than the Knicks.
That's going to happen.
But in this case, the Knicks lost by 4.
Yeah, but
so the referees.
But look at game 1. They scored 9 more points and they lost by 10. Okay.
Yes.
So
they're a bag of nerves on first nights.
I'm telling you that the more significant thing is foul trouble.
Okay. Turnovers. Now, you look at game 1 and game 2, the Spurs had more turnovers. Game 3, obviously the Knicks. The thing about it is I tried to look up points off of turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that in game 3, so I wanted to find out for game 1 and game 2, there wasn't any, but the difference was like 22-7.
In game 3, points off turnovers?
In game 3.
Yeah, that's
points
huge.
Off turnovers.
That's huge.
They
don't have points off turnovers anywhere on the internet?
Well, it's out there, but you can't, I couldn't find it. All right. So, but I think that the turnovers probably had the biggest effect. That if you're giving up the ball, especially if you're giving up the ball in transition positions or positions where the Spurs have an immediate shot or something, I think that's, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I think that when we look at turnovers, that's if you're trying to figure out why the Spurs won game 3, more trips to the foul line, which means you have more people in foul trouble in case of the Knicks, more
Mhm.
turnovers by the Knicks, and there you go. I mean, right there. Those are two reasons.
Well, they started off slow too, right?
Yes, they did.
That's a bummer. But I still think I'm in a good spot.
Yeah, I think that I still am pulling for the Knicks. When we started this thing, these were the four things that I said, we need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And you can look at these and go, okay, you know what? The net rating obviously is just the two teams. If one's going to be plus, the other's going to be minus. That's just how it is. These are all pretty close. There's not a big discrepancy.
They're two very well matched teams. If you even take a look at the scores, there was only one score that was, I think, 10 points, which was game one, right? Um, so yeah, I mean, they're both pretty close teams. They're both pretty young teams too, right?
No. Go to the next slide.
I think they're both pretty young teams.
They are not.
I think they're young. I mean, they're younger than you and I.
Yes. The vast majority of the world is younger than you and I. Keep going.
I don't know about that, but
Greg, we're on the other end of the
I know
pyramid.
that is true.
Okay. I didn't know this coming into this. The important thing is it said, the average age of the Knicks and the average age of the Spurs. That doesn't matter. What matters is the weighted minutes and the weighted by usage. The weighted minutes, now you're talking about what's the average age of the players who are playing, because they might only go 8 deep and they've got 15 guys on a roster. How many? I don't know how many they have on a roster. Let's say there's 12. They go 8 deep. They're older. In the case of the Spurs, the older veteran guys are not getting playing time.
So is this is weighted by minutes played per player?
Weighted by minutes, yes, by the players that are playing. So in the case of the Spurs, Wembayama, whatever is how you pronounce that. There's Castle, and then there's a third guy that I can't think of. They're 21, 22, and 23 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting the lion's share of the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Consequently, weighted by usage, now that's how long a player plays in the game. And in the case of the Spurs, those young guys are out there playing, and it's really dragging the age down. The Knicks obviously have an older, more experienced team. Karl Anthony Towns is 30. Jalen Brunson, I think, is 29. And so that's a big difference. When it comes to youth, in the case of the Spurs, you're more explosive, you got more jump, you got more spring, you got all those things. But in the case of the Knicks, they're in their physical prime and they've played a lot of games and they have a lot of experience, and not just basketball experience, but playoff basketball experience.
What's the average age for every NBA team?
I do not know. I don't.
And
care.
so you don't know the average weighted age
I
also. So that's why I'm saying they're in their physical prime.
The Knicks are, yes. The players that they're playing, for the Spurs,
well, I mean,
they're a little young.
They're okay. Men reach their physical prime 25, 35. So as their ages are, they're both in their physical prime.
But you're not.
As the athletic prime in team sports, they're both in their physical prime.
No.
Hold on. Yeah.
No.
Hold on. You're not letting me finish, Bryan. I'm not
ahead.
talking about their weighted usage. I'm talking about their average age right now.
Go ahead.
26.8 is 27, okay? Okay, so their average usage weighted prime, only the Knicks are in their athletic prime in team sports.
Do you remember when we were talking about the average age of the Dodgers?
Well, so we were talking about it.
Okay,
this goes to the exact different correlation of baseball.
No, it doesn't. Okay, because you might have, and you brought this up to me.
Absolutely.
You said it. You said, okay, but if I play players that are 23, 24, 25, and I've got old guys sitting on the bench, it brings up the average age of my team, but that's not who's playing.
I told you that, and you said that doesn't matter. Do you remember that? I'm
Yeah.
going by the average age at the beginning of the season. Do you remember that?
Well, because that was the metric that I
Okay.
had.
What I'm telling you is that does matter, and I told you.
And I'm telling you that in this case, oh no, you were right in that regard.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to this situation, the average age is meaningless.
But even if you go the athletic prime in team sports,
Mm-hmm.
are you saying that are you saying that the Knicks by weighted? What are you trying to say by who is this? How are you going to say which one of these is going to determine who you're going to pick to win?
Well, I've already picked the Knicks.
No, but
but I would say that the Knicks,
because why?
because they're in their physical prime.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And that the Spurs here,
and they're in their weighted prime.
But even in their weighted, they're not.
28.9 is under 29.
No. I'm sorry. I was talking about the Spurs. But yes,
yeah.
For the Knicks, they're weighted by minutes and weighted by usage.
Yeah.
They're in their prime.
Yeah.
The Spurs are not.
Right.
And so that's why I'm saying that the Spurs, that's just one of the things against the Spurs.
Right. When they talk about prime, are they talking about prime just physical?
The weighted minutes.
Hold on. I'm just talking about what is the determination of how do you define athletic prime?
Your physical ability.
Has nothing to do with your mental ability.
Okay. Your brain does not fully form until you're 24 years old.
Okay, I'm just asking you about the athletic prime.
But that's that when you take, yes, you're taking physical ability into account. If you want to talk about, again, the psychological aspect of it,
which is huge.
It's gigantic. The Knicks have been there. The Knicks have done this. They know how to play playoff
the
basketball.
Players on the Knicks, not necessarily the Knicks.
Well, yeah, okay. The player, but when you say, never mind. But they've been there. They've done it. They know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spurs haven't. Add to it that the Spurs, even though those guys are fantastic athletes, psychologically and physiologically, their brains have not fully formed. They are not going to make the best decisions because their brains just aren't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot can be said for athletic ability.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also that other part. And so when I look at this, I say, okay, the Knicks they've got the brain part and the physical part.
Yeah. That's why I think they're going to rebound in the next game and they're going to win by 10.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I just think the Knicks, overall, when everything is said and done, I think the Knicks are going to win.
I think, like I said, I think the Knicks are going to win it. They have. For me, the bigger part is their mentality.
Okay. And this is by minutes. It's average age by minutes.
By minutes
played by individual guys. And if San Antonio wins, then they would be the second youngest team ever to win the NBA Finals.
So, but that weighted minutes that you're talking about could change depending on who they actually play in the games that they win with, right?
Yes,
this is so they could actually be older
if they played older guys, but they haven't played any of them to begin with.
Yeah,
they've got their rotation set, and if you're 34 and you're not,
no, but I'm saying is their rotation all of a sudden. What I'm saying is some of the older guys in the rotation play more minutes, and the younger guys play less minutes. It's going to raise that weight.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. Come on, they're going to stick with their big three guys.
Well, you never know what they're going to do. What if they get in foul trouble?
Granted, but they're not going to call fouls on Wembanyama. They just don't.
They're not?
No. Because people go to see him play. And we've kind of still stuck with this. I'm sticking with the Knicks. I think they're going to win.
Because I like to say Knicks.
And I think that just physically, psychologically, they're better.
We've discussed it.
That's right. We're through game 3. And we'll see what happens. They play tomorrow night.
It'll be interesting. I think the Knicks are going to win tomorrow night.
I hope they do. I mean, I'm really pulling for him.
Well, that
after
will
all
give you
these
your
years,
game five at home, scenario, right?
right, which is what I said
You did.
from the beginning. So
You felt
we'll
that
find
they
out.
would win both of their home games and one game in San Antonio, and
Yeah.
then they'd win 3 home games and one game in San Antonio. One of the two is
One
no,
in They were going to win 2 in San Antonio
yeah,
and
2 in San Antonio.
2 in New York.
Yeah,
That was my bet. All right. Well, hey, you know what, folks? If you like that and you like listen to us,
banter.
argue about minutia, click the
That's what
like
makes our
button.
channel better than anybody else's channel.
Yes.
Is
And
we dig into the minutia of the game, Brian.
well, the dialectical, like break down what does a word mean. All right. Uh, please subscribe if you want to watch me press press Greg's buttons. uh,
Take care, all.